Chapter 81 Shining on the Stage. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 81 Shining on the Stage. Tang San's battle strategy was spot on, and his teammates executed the plan flawlessly, leading Heaven Do Royal Academy right into their trap. Tang San smirked, flicking his right hand. Instantly, 4 strands of blue-silver grass morphed into spiderwebs, ensnaring 4 students from Heaven Do Imperial Academy. A crowd control skill. He's got a crowd control skill that only Soul Kings should have. Tang San's move sent the audience into a frenzy. The idea that a level 41 soul sect could wield a skill usually reserved for those above level 50 was mind-blowing. Back in the Shrek Academy section, Ma Hongjun, Oscar, and the others who weren't fighting erupted in cheers. Flender adjusted his glasses, a look of victory on his face. He didn't even bother watching the rest of the match, already preparing to leave. Boss Fu, where are you going? Lu Erlong asked, puzzled. Hey, the little monster's putting on a great show. Time to talk sponsorships, of course. Flender flashed a greedy grin and left without a second glance. Yu Xiaogang smiled knowingly, he'd waited so long for this. Tang San was his chance to prove his theories to the world. Today, Tang San's performance would silence those who doubted him, who would dare underestimate a guy who could cultivate a supposedly useless spirit like the blue-silver grass to such heights. There are no useless spirits, only useless soul masters. Over in the Tianshui Academy section, the girls were also stunned by Tang San's crowd control skills. A spark of fascination lit up in Shui Binger's eyes. That's not a crowd control skill. He just cast his 3rd soul skill 4 times in a row. The control needed for that is insane. The 3rd soul skill takes way more energy than the 1st. To use it 4 times almost simultaneously, he really fooled everyone. Even though Shui Binger dismissed it as not being a true crowd control skill, she was still deeply impressed. Tang San's spiderweb bindings, empowered by his 4th spirit ring, became virtually unbreakable. Dai Mubai unleashed a white tiger meteor shower on the trapped opponents, while Xiao Wu, Tai Long, and Jingling took care of the remaining 3. 1 minute. Complete victory. Shrek Academy had made a name for itself, wiping away the humiliation they'd suffered at Heaven Do Royal Academy. Xiao Wu, Tang San, congratulations. You guys were incredible today. Tang San and the others, still wearing their masks, were about to leave the Heaven Do City Great Soul Arena when Ning Xiao blocked their path at the gate, greeting them with a smile. It's hard to be rude to someone who's smiling. Even Dai Mubai and Ma Hongjun found it difficult to be dismissive of Ning Xiao. Ning Xiao, we just got lucky. When you fight tomorrow with those 3 spirit rings, you'll blow everyone away. Tang San replied with a smile. Ning Xiao chuckled, turning his attention to Xiao Wu, immediately becoming overly enthusiastic. Xiao Wu, you're level 38 already. Your flying kick combo today was mind-blowing. You'll have to take it easy on me when we face off. Ning Xiao's words instantly soured Xiao Wu's mood, and her expression darkened. This guy's got a screw loose. He's trying to get me killed, Xiao Wu thought, fuming. Xiao Wu, you're not scared to fight, are you? Ning Xiao feigned shock, but it had the desired effect, getting under Xiao Wu's skin. Who's scared? Just you wait. Little Miss Wu is gonna kick your butt all over the place. Xiao Wu glared, hand on her hip, pointing at Ning Xiao with the other, her tone defiant. Hearing Xiao Wu's outburst, Tang San just sighed. Xiao Wu was great in so many ways, but her temper. Oh well, what could he do? After provoking Xiao Wu, Ning Xiao quickly left. 3rd Master, what academy is that arrogant punk from? If you let me fight them, I'll teach him a lesson, Tai Long growled angrily. Tai Long, you're right. That guy's from Liuli Academy. He's way too cocky. You gotta show him what's what when we meet. Ma Hongjun chimed in, clapping Tai Long on the shoulder with a grin. The next day the qualifiers had officially begun, with a total of 13 matches scheduled. 5 arenas were in action simultaneously at the Heaven Do City Great Soul Arena, requiring 3 rounds to complete the schedule. Sis, hurry up. The Liuli Academy match is about to start. I can't believe Ning Xiao is the captain of Liuli Academy. He must be seriously strong if the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School is backing them. In the viewing area, a girl in an ice blue dress was dragging another towards the third ring. It was Shui Binger and Shui Yuer from Tianshui College. Their match wasn't until the third round, but Liuli Academy was up first, so they had time to watch. In the arena, the two teams stood opposite each other. There were 6 men and 1 woman from Sanhui Academy, all looking very serious. Even though Glazed Tile Academy was new, no one dared underestimate an academy founded by the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School, one of the top 3 sections. The highly anticipated qualifiers are finally underway. Today, we have the battle between Liuli Academy and Sanhui Academy. I know everyone's been looking forward to this. Without further ado, let's check out the lineups. Oh my gosh, the captain of Sanhui Academy is a level 41 soul sect, and the other 6 are soul masters above level 32. It's incredible that a small academy like Sanhui could have such a roster. That the female host with the long legs gave a brief introduction to Sanhui Academy. While her words were technically a compliment, it made everyone in Sanhui Academy look annoyed. As if Sanhui Academy wasn't worthy of such talent. It was a subtle insult, but it stung. I love what the host said. Seeing those little lapdogs all riled up but too scared to bite is great. Ma Hongjun cackled from the Shrek Academy section. Others chuckled as well, sharing the dislike of Sanhui Academy. Next, let's take a look at Liuli Academy. The host's tone instantly became much more polite when she mentioned Liuli Academy. Captain Ning Xiao. Level 45. Oh my god, that's incredible. There probably aren't many contestants who can match that level. Those geniuses from the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School really are something else. Ning Xiao, level 45, Assault Department, Battle Soul School, the Chaos Sword Spirit. The host was visibly stunned introducing the first member. Her mouth dropped open, forming an O shape, and she stammered for a moment before continuing. Level 45. Those who were watching were also surprised by Ning Xiao's level. That was seriously impressive. Ning Xiao's level 45. Seriously? Shui Yuer's charming eyes widened in disbelief. Even Shui Binger, who usually kept her cool, showed a look of surprise. At first, she thought her sister was just crushing on a pretty boy, but it turned out he was a real powerhouse. Good thing she came with her sister. Knowing Ning Xiao's strength beforehand would help them plan their strategy. Otherwise, facing such a strong opponent unprepared would be tough. End of this chapter. Chapter 82. Team Liuli shocked the audience. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 82, Team Liuli blows minds. Level 45. No way. How could he be stronger than me? Tang San scowled, refusing to believe it. Dai Mubai was just as stunned. He'd busted his tail to reach Soul Sect status and thought he'd soon be able to squash Ning Xiao. How could Ning Xiao be even higher level? Sect leader Ning, it's rare to see a genius like Ning Xiao in your sect, Emperor Shuiyi remarked. You're too kind, Your Majesty. Just keep watching. Like I said, Liuli Academy's got some surprises for you, Ning Fengji said, smiling. Back in the arena, the Sanhui Academy students' faces dropped when they heard Ning Xiao's level. They were completely freaked out, but that was just the beginning. The leggy host, still reeling from Ning Xiao's level, moved on to the next team member. Vice Captain Du Guyan, level. She stopped mid-sentence, speechless again. Her big, feathery wings stuttered, nearly causing her to fall. Flapping furiously, she regained her balance, shook off the shock, and continued. Vice Captain Du Guyan, level 49, Wuhun Jade Phosphorus Snake, Control-Type Battle Soul Sect. Whoa! That the audience gasped. If Ning Xiao's level 45 was shocking, Du Guyan's was downright terrifying. Level 49. One more level and she'd snag a soul ring and become a legit soul king. That 5th soul ring was practically begging for a 10,000-year upgrade. which would send her strength through the roof. That's some serious power, a young guy from Tiando Royal Academy's first team muttered from the VIP stands. Tiando Royal Academy had 2 teams. The second team had to fight their way through the qualifiers, but the first team got a direct pass to the finals. Still, the first-teamers were there to watch the show. Isn't that Poison Douluo's granddaughter? That the young man was a member of the Blue Lightning Overlord sect and had visited Poison Douluo with his elders. He'd met Dugu Yen once, but they hadn't stayed in touch. Seeing her now, he realized her talent was off the charts. Liuli Academy is full of surprises. Sect leader Ning, your sect is overflowing with talent. Emperor Shui exclaimed again. Ning Fengji just smiled and brushed it off. In a more modest seat, an old man in a green robe beamed, the higher you climb, the slower the progress. But his granddaughter was still leveling up like crazy. Breaking into the big leagues was never easy, hence the slight stall. But Dugu Bo was confident that his granddaughter had fully integrated her external spirit bone and was close to level 50. Maybe she'd make Soul King before the promotion match. Fawn Soa, level 49. Each name dropped like a bomb, leaving the host sputtering in disbelief. The Liuli team's stats were just insane, 2 level 49s. Were they just there to crush the competition? The host couldn't help but feel bad for Zhanghui Academy. Still, it was the 7 Treasures Glazed Tile Sex Academy, so the host pulled herself together and introduced each student with fanfare, and the audience was blown away by Liuli Academy's lineup. 6 of their 7 players were soul sects. They were definitely the dark horse of the tournament. Besides the 3 big names, there was Zhao Yi at level 43, Su Haikua at level 42, Lu Qiqi at level 43, and the lone soul master, Ning Xiao, at level 38. Sect leader Ning, you've given me a shock. With this much talent, the champion of this year's Soul Master Academy Classic Tournament could very well be from the Heaven Do Empire, Emperor Shui said, stunned. Meanwhile, the Zhanghui Academy players were already terrified by the lineup. Next, you have 1 minute to summon your martial souls. You may begin when I say, the host announced. Finally back in the game, the minute-long grace period was to prevent anyone from getting one shot before they could summon their spirit. As soon as the host spoke, the Zhanghui Academy players sprang into action. They all released their spirits, and 22 soul rings of different colors shimmered around them. Their martial souls were all gems, making them dazzling to behold. Too bad their soul ring configurations weren't pretty. Some didn't even have the best possible rings. Zhanghui Academy's formation was weird. Unlike other teams where the attackers stayed up front and the supports hung back, 6 of them formed a circle around the lone soul sect in the middle. A 7-in-1 fusion technique. Ning Xiao grinned, already planning his opening move. Zhanghui Academy was definitely taking them seriously, but 7-in-1 fusion? So what? Ning Xiao waved his hand, and Dugu Yen and the others moved, but instead of a formation, they all ran behind Ning Xiao and lined up sideways, without even releasing their martial souls, as if they were there to watch the show. Ning Xiao smiled, energy gathering in his right hand. A simple black sword appeared in his grip, but it was his soul rings that really blew minds. Deep purple, black, black. The spectators, including all the VIPs except Ning Fengji and his crew, shot to their feet, looking utterly shell-shocked. Dead silence. Everyone was too stunned to speak. After a moment, they started to snap out of it, rubbing their eyes. They wondered if they were seeing things. Those soul rings, am I hallucinating? Nothing could be more shocking than those rings. It was unheard of. 10,000-year soul rings. Ning Xiao actually has 2 10,000-year soul rings. Shui Yuer pointed a trembling finger at Ning Xiao, her voice catching in her throat. Shui Binger wasn't much better, she was usually calmer, but this scene still hit her hard. The first and second soul rings are millennia, and the third and fourth are 10,000 years. How'd he pull that off? Shui Binger wondered. Meanwhile, Tai Long from Shrek's direction was just as shocked. Fatty, are you trying to get me killed? Ma Hongjun knew Ning Xiao was a beast. Yet he still egged him on to challenge him. Who would be teaching who a lesson? His dad and grandpa would have to come out to protect him. Even Ning Fengji was a little taken aback. Xiao's first and second soul rings are nearly 10,000 years old. How did he do it? Is there a way to upgrade soul rings? Ning Fengji wondered. He knew Ning Xiao's level, but he hadn't seen him release his martial spirit in a while and didn't know about the change to his soul rings. Today, Ning Xiao had really given him a surprise. There were definitely secrets about Ning Xiao that he didn't know. Ning Fengji's mind raced. He wanted to ask Ning Xiao about the change to his soul rings, but he wouldn't push him if he wanted to keep it a secret. His talent was the hope for the 7 treasure glazed tile sects' future, and he didn't want Ning Xiao to feel alienated from the sect, especially now that Rongrong was there. Ning Xiao had a strong sense of belonging. Ning Fengji was a master strategist. His mind cleared. He wouldn't ask questions and would find a reasonable explanation for Ning Xiao. Sect leader Ning, how did Ning Xiao get his soul rings? Emperor Shui asked suspiciously. Why don't you take a guess, Your Majesty? Ning Fengji said with a mysterious smile. Emperor Shui stared. Guess? How could he guess with his brainpower? Besides, Ning Fengji's status was so high that Emperor Shui wouldn't dare badmouth him. At that moment, Salas squinted and said casually, Sect leader Ning, I bet Ning Xiao has twin martial souls, right? He didn't focus on the 7 treasures glazed tile tower as a support. Instead, he cultivated that knife as a heavy attack. Clever move, sect leader Ning. Twin martial souls were rare, but they existed. Salas had seen more terrifying setups than Ning Xiao's soul rings, like someone whose first soul ring was a 10,000-year ring. Still, a twin martial soul in the 7 treasures glazed tile sect was something to note. Salas made a mental note of Ning Xiao's name. Ning Fengji smiled and didn't deny it. The self-righteous guy had given him a plausible explanation. With this person's reputation, even if the explanation was fake, it'd shut everyone up. End of chapter. Chapter 83 1 Second Battle. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Edited content, Chapter 83, a 1-second battle. Hey, host, it's showtime. Can we get this thing started? Ning Xiao prompted the stunned host after the 1-minute prep time. Right. Let the games begin. The host blurted out, finally snapping back to reality. That Wuhun Academy students jolted back to attention. Their captain yelled, quick, hit them with the combo, that they knew they were outmatched, especially by the leader's soul ring. A straight-up fight? They wouldn't last a round. It was now or never for their trump card. The auras of all 7 students began to swirl together, forming their signature 7-in-1 fusion technique, 7 Azura illusion. The energy condensed rapidly, taking only a few seconds, but Ning Xiao was faster. His third soul ring blazed to life. Strange, dark energy surged from the chaos sword as he slammed it into the ground. Crack, star, the ground split, and thousands of razor-sharp thorns erupted from the earth. A chorus of system alerts flooded Ning Xiao's mind. None of the 7 Wuhun Academy students had escaped. .7 screams pierced the air. Their gem martial souls were all about illusions. Their strength, defense, and speed were pitiful, offering no protection. In a single move, their 7-in-1 fusion was shattered. In a single move, all 7 were wounded and sprawled on the ground, completely out of the fight. If Ning Xiao hadn't held back, that one attack would have killed them. One move, 7 down. The entire arena was speechless. Was that a 10,000-year soul ring technique? The area it covers is insane, almost 2/3 of the stage. How could anyone dodge that? A 1-second knockout? No way. The crowd went wild. Even Emperor Shui, watching from the VIP box, was shaken. He thought Shrek Academy's 1-minute victory was impressive, but this? 1 second to defeat 7 opponents. Unbelievable. And Liuli Academy only sent 1 person. Ning Fengji and Douluo were much calmer. They hadn't seen Ning Xiao fight in a while, but this performance didn't surprise them. That aura from Wuhun Academy, was that their 7-in-1 fusion technique? Ning Fengji mused, recognizing it even though it never fully formed. But a 7-in-1 fusion that doesn't actually fuse is nothing. Asterisk gasp, star, the whole place was buzzing. Everyone was stunned. Shui Yuer stared, wide-eyed, at Ning Xiao in the ring. She was completely speechless. I just wanted to flirt a little. How did I end up attracting this guy? Shui Binger was equally shocked. That third soul skill is instant, again. This guy is terrifying. How would we even deal with him? A grim expression settled on Shui Binger's face. Tang San frowned, deep in thought. The range of that attack was even bigger now, and the height of the thorns, too. He was trying to figure out how to counter it. And that's just his third spirit ability. His fourth is probably even stronger. Tang San felt a headache coming on. Hey, can we get a ruling here? Ning Xiao, oblivious to the chaos he'd unleashed, looked at the still stunned host with a helpless expression. The guy needed some serious therapy. Right. The match is over. Liuli Academy wins. The host announced, sounding dazed. Ning Xiao shook his head and walked off the stage with his teammates. Ning Xiao. Ning Xiao. Ning Xiao. Cheers erupted from the stands, the deafening roar baffling the other students still competing in their own matches. What's going on? Who's so popular? The 8 college teams were confused, but they were in the middle of their own competitions and couldn't investigate. But the chanting never stopped, and none of them were getting any love from the crowd. It was pretty discouraging. Over on the third stage, substitute students and teachers from Wuhun Academy swarmed the arena, frantically checking on their injured teammates. He went too hard. They're not in mortal danger, but their muscles and bones are a mess. They won't be able to compete for the next couple of days. Yi Zhiqiu's expression was grim. Another, older teacher looked even darker. He glared at Ning Xiao, who had already left the stage, his eyes burning with hatred. Ning Xiao walked into the Liuli Academy lounge amid the roaring cheers. Yes, Dugu Yen and the others finally let loose, celebrating wildly. They hadn't even thrown a punch, but they definitely made an entrance. Grandpa. You came to watch. Dugu Yen spotted an old man in the lounge and rushed over to greet him. Dugu Bo chuckled and patted her head. I wanted to see my precious granddaughter shine, but some little monster stole the show. He feigned annoyance. Senior Dugu, we just wanted to make a splash in the first match. You'll see Yen steal the spotlight tomorrow, Ning Xiao said, smiling from across the room. The competition wasn't over, but Ning Xiao wasn't interested in watching. He said a few words to Dugu Bo and left early. Dugu Yen and the others changed out of their uniforms, put on their street clothes, and headed to the stands to watch the rest of the matches. Leaving the Heaven Do City Great Soul Arena, Ning Xiao made his way down several back alleys. He was seeking out the most deserted and obscure routes he could find. Did I miscalculate? I laid out the perfect trap, and Shen Yen is still too chicken to show. He'd been walking for hours, but nothing. He was starting to get frustrated. He had been using himself as bait. That Wuhun Academy fight served a dual purpose: make Liuli Academy famous and lure Shen Yen out. The soul bone Shen Yen possessed would be incredibly useful to Ning Rongrong, so Ning Xiao intended to draw him out and steal it, by any means necessary. A soul sect trying to steal a soul bone from a soul sage? That took guts, but despite wandering around the city for hours, Ning Xiao couldn't coax Shen Yen out of hiding. Coward, Ning Xiao muttered under his breath, before heading back to the hotel Liuli Academy had booked. Wuhun College Lounge. The 7 students injured in the match had been treated and were now awake, but still looked pale. Ning Xiao is going to be a problem. You lost today, so you need to win every fight from here on out if you want to qualify, Shen Yen said darkly. He was a vengeful man, and Wuhun Academy's public humiliation demanded payback. However, Shen Yen knew that a genius like Ning Xiao likely held a high position in the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School. Even as a soul sage, he wouldn't dare offend them directly. Teacher Shen Yen, I watched Shrek Academy's match yesterday. They're strong, and there's bad blood between us. If we meet them later, they won't hold back. We can't change what happened today, but we can take it out on Shrek Academy, Yi Zhiqiu said quietly, approaching Shernyan. Don't worry. I won't mess with the 7 treasure glazed tile school, but I don't give 2 hoots about that flea-bitten Shrek Academy. Leave it to me. Xiao Lu and the others are seriously injured. We'll send out some substitutes for tomorrow's match. A dangerous glint appeared in Shernyan's eyes. He turned and left. End of this chapter. Chapter 84 Fishing. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 84, Fishing. The next day, Liuli Academy drew Guanghui, a small academy, as their opponent. Liuli Academy's lineup remained the same as the previous day, however. Ning Xiao stayed back with Ning Hao, focusing on protection and support instead of actively fighting. Du Guyan, Fang Suo, Zhao Yi, Su Haikua, and Lu Qiqi, all backed by Ning Hao's support and with their level advantage, wrapped up the battle in under a minute. The audience went wild, roaring their approval, but today, they weren't just chanting Ning Xiao. The cries of Liuli Academy and the names of its members rang out. Liuli wasn't just Ning Xiao's team anymore. He'd had his moment in the spotlight, but now everyone was shining. After the match, Ning Xiao didn't leave the arena. Instead, he went to watch Shrek Academy's fight. Shrek's opponent was Elephant Armor Academy, one of the 5 elemental academies. Shrek Academy's lineup included Tang San, Xiao Wu, Dai Mubai, Oscar, Ma Hongjun, Tai Long, and Huang Yuan. With Oscar's sausages, Tang San soared through the air, using his blue-silver grass to pull Xiao Wu, Dai Mubai, Tai Long, and Huang Yuan into the fight. Ma Hongjun, now a soul master, could fly and continuously breathe fire, roasting the Elephant Armor Academy students. During the battle, Hu Yanli, the Elephant Armor Academy's captain, revealed his soul bone, leading to a stalemate. Ultimately, both sides were wounded, and Shrek Academy narrowly won. Damn it, I didn't expect them to beat the Weevil Academy too. I have to do something, or Tsanhui Academy won't stand a chance, Shernyan muttered, watching the Shrek students leave the stage. His expression was dark. Shernyan was sent to follow them, but Tang San was always surrounded by his teammates, and Lu Erlong and Zhao Wuji, 2 soul sages, were always nearby, so he didn't dare to make a move. He could only wait for Tang San to slip up. Shernyan lurked in a dark corner, like a snake waiting for its prey. Suddenly, a figure entered his sight in a small alley. A handsome man in a clean, sea-blue robe walked alone. Ning Xiao. Shernyan's eyes narrowed. He hadn't caught Tang San, but he'd found Ning Xiao instead. Shernyan's mind raced. Ning Xiao had embarrassed Tsanhui Academy, and Shernyan wanted revenge. But Ning Xiao's background was too sensitive. Shernyan feared angering the 7 treasure glazed tile school if he touched him. Besides, the fight between Tsanhui and Liuli was over. Killing Ning Xiao wouldn't change the outcome. Lucky for you, kid, Shernyan muttered, deciding to focus on Tang San instead. Ning Xiao wandered around for hours, finding no one, so he cursed coward under his breath and returned to the Liuli Academy's hotel. On the 3rd day, Liuli Academy easily defeated another unknown small academy. Liuli Academy was living up to expectations, showcasing the strength of the academy backed by the 7 treasure glazed tile school. They were proving to be an even bigger dark horse than the established 5 element academies. 3 battles, 3 victories, each in under a minute. Their terrifying record was shocking. Shrek Academy was also making a name for themselves. They also had 3 wins, and while not as effortless as Liuli Academy, it was still impressive for an underdog academy. Ning Xiao continued fishing, but he came up empty. Ning Xiao figured Shernyan probably didn't dare to touch him anymore, so he would have to change his strategy. In the 4th round, Liuli Academy was finally matched against Elephant Armor Academy, one of the 5 elemental academies. This was definitely a strong team. Hu Yanli had revealed his soul bone during his fight with Shrek Academy. Tianxiang Hianzhen reportedly stayed close to Huyanli ever since, fearing someone would kill him and take his soul bone. Before the match, Liuli Academy discussed their tactics. Yan, leave Huyanli to me. You can figure out the rest, Ning Xiao said. Dugu Yan looked surprised. You want to fight? You won't be protecting and assisting today? Heh, I've been sitting on the sidelines for days. I need to stretch my legs. Hu Yanli can take a beating, so he's the perfect target, Ning Xiao said with a smile. Everyone else couldn't help but feel sorry for Hu Yanli. Everyone knew how powerful Ning Xiao was. Fang Suo's Zhangxiong spirit was good at both offense and defense, and with Ning Rongrong's fourth spirit ability boosting defense by 60%, its defense was stronger than Hu Yanli's, but it still couldn't last long. With Hu Yanli taken care of, it'll be much easier. The rest of the lineup is me, Fang Suo, Zhu Qing, Qiqi, Zhao Yi, and Ning Hao, Du Guyan said, arranging the lineup with a smile. Several attackers would take turns. The Soul Master Conference was a great stage for everyone, and everyone wanted to show off. The Liuli team was only hiding two people, the two powerful supporters, Ning Rongrong and Yi Lingling. The first round of 5 battles was over, and it was time for Team Liuli and Elephant Armor Academy to fight. The Elephant Academy style was the same as always, with 7 people standing in a row, their sturdy bodies forming a diamond-shaped wall. This style had worked well for them in previous battles. Aside from their loss to Shrek Academy, who could fly, they had been able to constrict the competition, but facing Liuli Academy, Elephant Academy was worried, especially since Ning Xiao, who had been protecting and assisting in the previous 2 games, was now in the front row. Can my defense withstand that sudden ground spike? Hu Yanli wondered nervously. Martial souls activated, they formed a wall of steel, but the defense of their heads and lower bodies wasn't as strong as their front. The Liuli Academy has changed its style again today. The powerful Ning Xiao is in the front row. Is this going to be a quick win like in the first round of the qualifiers? The host introduced the Liuli team. The lineup of the Liuli Academy has also changed. Zong Suhekuo, the lone wolf soul of the assault department who had performed very well before, is not playing. Instead, another female soul master has been replaced. This female soul master is playing for the first time. Let's see her information. Zhu Zhuqing, Martial Soul Nether Cat, Sensitive Attack Department of Battle Soul Sect. My god, Zhu Zhuqing's level is as high as 47. I didn't expect Liuli Academy to be hiding such a powerful team member. Is this also Liuli Academy's trump card? There are 7 soul sects in Liuli Academy. It is simply unimaginable. The host said in surprise, but this time her performance was much better than the first time, and the host's introduction shocked the audience even more. 7 people, the exact number of people who played for the first time. If all 7 soul sects of the Liuli Academy played at the same time in future competitions, how would the other academies compete? Even stronger than the 5 Elements Academy, each academy only had 3 or 4 soul sects. In the auditorium, Dai Mubai found it hard to remain indifferent when he heard Zhu Zhuqing's name. Although his relationship with Zhu Zhuqing was already settled, he couldn't help but care since she was his fiancée. Level 47, such a strong cultivation base. You have improved so much in just 2 years. Maybe that's the place that really suits you. Dai Mubai muttered, a self-deprecating expression on his face. Others didn't know Zhu Zhuqing's age, but he did, at 14, level 47. Her talent was even higher than Tang San and Xiao Wu at the same age, and he was only level 42 at 17. Dai Mubai felt out of his league. End of this chapter. Chapter 85 No Suspense Battle. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 85 No-Brainer Battle. The contestants still had a minute to get ready and summon their martial souls. The 7 members of Elephant Armor Academy lined up, their burly frames and martial souls making them look like an impenetrable steel wall. Back when they were part of the 5 Element Academies, their appearance would have drawn cheers from the crowd, but today, Elephant Academy was just a sideshow. Glass Academy. Glass Academy. Duguyen. Lu Qiqi. The stands erupted with shouts, all for Elephant Armor Academy's opponents. The Elephant Armor Academy members looked grim. They were once symbols of glory, but today they were nothing more than a backdrop, and they were powerless to do anything about it. The 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School always outranked the Elephant Armor School. Plus, the Glass Academy students were on a whole other level. Martial Soul, activate. Duguyen smirked, and the team went through with their martial soul possession. Du Guyan, at level 49, was the highest-ranked contestant in the qualifiers. She was also a beautiful woman, and a control-type soul master. Du Guyan was even more popular than Fang Sua, who was at the same level. Du Guyan, Fang Sua, Zhu Zhuqing, Lu Qiqi, Xiao Yi, and Ning Xiao boasted a total of 23 soul rings, a pretty impressive display. 5 soul sects going at it simultaneously put a lot of pressure on their opponents, but it didn't end there. Ning Xiao, standing at the front, stepped forward, with a flick of his wrist. An ordinary black sword appeared in his hand and his 4 eye-popping soul rings showed up too. The audience went silent for a second, then exploded with even louder cheers. Ning Xiao! Ning Xiao! Ning Xiao! That even if people hadn't seen Ning Xiao's debut battle, they'd heard about it. With that soul ring setup and a mind-blowing record of 7 kills in 1 second, Ning Xiao's popularity was off the charts. Ning Xiao sitting out the first few matches had disappointed the crowd. But now, they felt like their pricey tickets were totally worth it. Glass Academy will win. Now that Ning Xiao was getting involved, everyone figured the outcome was a foregone conclusion. The audience's shouts made the other 4 participating teams in the arena feel pretty lousy. They were supposed to be the elites everyone looked up to, but because they were in the same round as the Liuli Academy, they were just there to make them look good. Hu Yanli's face darkened. Seeing Ning Xiao at the front, he knew it would be a tough fight. Now that Ning Xiao had revealed his martial spirit, was he planning to end things in one move? Sect Master Ning, looks like today's battle is a sure thing, Emperor Shui said with a smile. Naturally, Ning Fengji nodded, smiling back. There was someone new in the VIP room today. It was Tianxiang Huyanzhen, the elephant armor sect's leader, dragged over by Saras. Hu Yanzhen didn't look too happy either. Even though the elephant armor school ranked lower than Qibao Liuli, he didn't see it that way. He always figured the only difference between elephant armored and the top 3 was the lack of a title Douluo, but if the Liuli Academy steamrolled the elephant armor academy today, the elephant armor school would lose face big time. Sect Master Ning, you really lucked out. Ning Xiao's a genius with twin martial souls, Hu Yanzhen said to the VIP in the first row, looking sour. His words had a hint of doubt. Like Ning Xiao's achievements were only due to the special properties of twin martial souls when attaching the soul ring. If Ning Xiao had the same setup as his grandson Hu Yanli, he wouldn't stand a chance. Ning Fengji just smiled and didn't reply. He was too refined to argue with someone so full of themselves. Bon Douluo, sitting next to Ning Fengji, wasn't so polite. Hey, old man Tianxiang, if you think your grandson can't cut it, just admit defeat already. Otherwise, our little shower might not hold back and hurt your grandson, and we wouldn't want that. Bon Douluo said quickly. The elephant armored school wasn't on the same page as the top 3, so no need to be nice. Humph, Hu Yanzhen snorted, but didn't answer. He moved his lips, sending a message to his grandson. Bon Douluo smirked, but didn't care. Even if Hu Yanzhen gave Hu Yanli advice, Hu Yanli only had a head soul bone to show off in the fight against Shrek Academy, which wasn't enough to close the gap between him and Ning Xiao. Sure enough, Hu Yanli activated his soul bone, and a helmet appeared on his head. Heh, Ning Xiao didn't react. Hu Yanli's defense was higher, which just meant he could take more of a beating. Match start. The 1-minute prep time was up, and the host announced the beginning. The 7 members of the elephant armor sect stepped forward together, chanting ha ha in a booming voice. 7 treasures shine, power boost. 7 treasures shine, speed boost. 7 treasures shine, soul boost. Ning Xiao quickly released his auxiliary soul skills, but didn't fully max them out like Ning Rongrong would. He was just a soul master, so he couldn't fully boost them. Instead, he focused on precisely increasing specific attributes. Fang Sua needed strength the most, Du Guyan needed more soul power, and Xiao Yi, Zhu Zhuqing, and Lu Qiqi needed a speed boost. Ning Xiao didn't get any boosts. He jumped and slashed without using any soul skills, aiming right for Huyanli in the middle of the Elephant Armor Academy. How fast was Ning Xiao? Someone clumsy like the Weevil Academy was an easy target. with no way to dodge, Ning Xiao slashed Huyanli's helmet. The host uses the natal weapon Chaos God Knife to launch a normal attack, triggering a critical strike effect, currently causing double power. With a bang, Huyanli was knocked backward by Ning Xiao and rolled several times, coughing up blood. In one strike, a gap appeared in the middle of the Seven Elephant Academy's iron wall formation. Big Brother, Huyanli was the Elephant Armor Academy's strongest member, and their anchor. Seeing him get knocked out threw the others off. That's when the rest of the Liuli team sprang into action. Whoosh, 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 Zhu Zhuqing, Lu Qiqi, and Zhao Yi from the Sensitive Attack Department burst out at top speed, surrounding the 6 Elephant Armor Academy members. A series of afterimages dazzled the big guys, creating a defensive circle. Gangxiong Domineering Body. The Wrath of the Bear. Fang Yi released his 4th and 2nd soul skills, both self-boosts. Combined with Ning Hao's 40% power increase, Fang Suo's attack and defense reached frightening levels. Fang Suo took heavy steps and clashed head-on with the Weevil Academy. He quickly gained the upper hand. Du Guyan wasn't slacking either, a grin spreading across her face. Diamond Mammoth's defense is great, but how do you defend against poison? Du Guyan moved her hands, and a cloud of toxins quickly covered the 6 Elephant Armor Academy members. Cough, cough. Coughing came from the poisonous fog. Even though the 6 had soul skills to resist negative effects, they couldn't stop Du Guyan from mixing poison. Zhu Zhuqing and Zhao Yi made occasional attacks. Even though the Agility Attack Department's damage wasn't as high as the Assault Department, it still caused the 6 Elephant Armor Academy members a lot of trouble. Lu Qiqi didn't use her Spirit Bone skill Eagle Eye Lock, but the passive Spirit Bone made her eyes work wonders. The Elephant Armor Academy members weren't fast, so they were sitting ducks. Lu Qiqi launched throwing knives, combining them with hidden weapon techniques to give the 6 a headache. Bang, 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 asterisk. On the other side, similarly violent sounds echoed. Ning Xiao kept slashing at Huyanli with his chaotic sword. Huyanli's beefy body rolled around the ring like a football. From the moment they clashed, the Liuli Academy had the clear upper hand. End of this chapter. Chapter 86 The Expected Victory. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 86, Victory as Expected. Roar. 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 The crowd went wild. Even casual spectators were caught up in the excitement. There were tons of people there, and not all of them were soul masters. But everyone loves watching a dazzling display of soul skills in a soul master duel. A one-sided beatdown like this just made it even more intense for the audience. Du Guyan and the others were completely dominating the 6 members of the Elephant Armor School, their soul skills hitting them hard. Fang Suo's bare paws kept pounding on the Diamond Mammoths, each blow landing with a sickening thud. Fang Suo now had an external soul bone as well. Ning Xiao had pulled it off that massive bear back in Sunset Forest. Ning Xiao kept the rest of the soul bone, but gave the external part to Fang Suo. Unlike Ning Xiao and Du Guyan, Fang Suo's external soul bone didn't manifest on his back, but in his hands, as a pair of bare paws. They didn't look much different from Fang Suo's hands after using his martial soul, just bigger. Only someone with the perception of Ning Fengji or Yu Xiaogang would be able to tell it was an external soul bone. Everyone else just assumed it was a minor mutation from using his martial soul. The external soul bone made Fang Suo's attacks even more brutal. The Diamond Mammoth Soul Masters he was pounding coughing up blood with every hit. Ning Xiao was even more direct. The combined age of his 4 soul rings was off the charts, giving Ning Xiao a huge boost. He was way stronger than Huyanli, and with the added critical hit effect, even a regular attack was too much for Huyanli to handle. Beating the snot out of this guy was great, but Ning Xiao also had another goal in mind, trying to get Huyanli's head soul bone. System-generated soul bones couldn't be dropped twice. But soul bones that weren't from the system were fair game. For example, Sword Douluo's Titan Giant Ape Torso Bone and Ning Rongrong's Diamond Mammoth Right Arm Bone were one-time drops. But he could still get Dugubo's Medusa Skull and Huyanli's Defensive Skull. Once, the drop rate wasn't high, so Ning Xiao was just trying his luck. If it didn't happen, no biggie. Up in the stands, the students from Thunder Academy and Divine Wind Academy were watching the match between Liuli Academy and Elephant Armor Academy. They weren't looking too happy. While their academies were stronger than the Elephant Armor Academy, it wasn't by a huge margin. Seeing the Elephant Armor Academy getting demolished put a lot of pressure on them. Man, Ning Xiao is brutal, isn't he? Over on the Shrek Academy side, Xiao Wu was complaining. Having been beaten up by Ning Xiao herself a few times, she felt kind of bad for Hu Yanli. Liuli Academy is seriously strong. We barely edged out Weevil Academy, but Liuli Academy is completely crushing Elephant Academy. They're going to be our biggest obstacle on the road to the championship. Tang San looked grim. He hadn't thought much of Ning Xiao at first, but now he was starting to realize how powerful he was. Third brother, Liuli Academy might be strong, but aren't we? We've got our ace in the hole. Even if Ning Xiao is a powerhouse, he can't stop that. Ma Hongjun said, looking confident. Tang San didn't answer, but his expression showed a similar confidence. Liuli Academy might look unbeatable on paper, but Shrek Academy was full of geniuses trained by a master who claimed to be invincible in theory. They weren't afraid of a little competition. I'm heading out after the match. I've got something I need to take care of. Tang San told everyone. What's up, brother? Xiao Wu asked, concerned. I've had a few breakthroughs, so I'm going out of the city to test them. Liuli Academy is so powerful, we all need to step up our game. Xiao Wu, you should head back later. Tang San smiled, bang, star, back in the arena, someone went flying, slamming into the ground and going limp. Hu Yanjin saw that it was one of the Elephant Armor Academy's soul sect geniuses and his face darkened, bang, star. Soon after, another body went flying. After Ning Xiao took out Hu Yanli, their impenetrable defense crumbled. They tried to regroup, but they couldn't mount any offense and could only defend. Dugu Yan's poison was making their senses duller, and it was only a matter of time before Fang Suo finished them all. Like dominoes, the rest of the team was soon sent flying by Fang Suo, unconscious. Only Hu Yanli remained in the arena, battered and bloody from Ning Xiao's relentless attacks. Hu Yanjin was gripping the armrest of his seat so hard his knuckles were white. He was clearly furious, and his lips were moving as he used soul transmission. Stop! We forfeit. A leading teacher from the Elephant Armor Academy threw a white flag and shouted. Ah, forfeit? Lame. Ning Xiao looked disappointed as he stared down at the bloody Hu Yanli. This guy's drop rate was even lower than Xiao Wu's. After all that hacking, he hadn't gotten a thing. The host announced Liuli Academy's victory, sparking another wave of cheers from the audience. The crowd now saw Liuli Academy as an unstoppable force. Some people were even considering enrolling in Liuli Academy. The Elephant Armor Academy teacher rushed onto the stage with a few healing-type soul masters to tend to the injured students. Dugu Yan gathered her soul power in her right hand, creating 6 green pills. She tossed them to the Elephant Armor Academy teacher. I wasn't going all out, but my poison isn't easy to cure. Have them take these pills. They'll sleep it off tonight, and the poison will be gone. The teacher looked strangely at Dugu Yan as he took the pills. Even though Dugu Yan's claim that she hadn't been using her full strength was a bit much, the teacher quickly gave the antidotes to the poisoned students. Congratulations, Sect Master Ning. Liuli Academy has won again. Emperor Shui said, smiling. The Heaven Do royal family had close ties to the 7 Treasures Glazed Tile School, and the victory of their academy made Emperor Shui very happy. That was expected. Ning Fengji smiled calmly, not showing much emotion at Liuli Academy's victory. Hu Yanjin was not so happy. He muttered something to Salis, gave Emperor Shui a cold look, and stormed off. After Liuli Academy left, Ning Xiao disappeared again. This time, Ning Xiao wasn't using himself as bait. He was changing his strategy. That coward from last time probably wouldn't dare to mess with him again, but Tang San had definitely been targeted and Ning Xiao just found out that Tang San was on the move today. End of this chapter. Chapter 87. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tang San wasn't as carefree as he seemed. Even with Shrek Academy's tricks, Ning Xiao's pressure was intense, so he decided to clear his head outside the city. This gave Shi Nian his shot. Shi Nian lured Tang San to a forest and tried to control him with illusions. Tang San's purple demon eye broke through the illusion, but without the Hades tie, he couldn't kill Shi Nian. He used up all his hidden weapons and the 8 spider lances. Shi Nian was out for blood, no holding back like Xiao Wuji. Tang San's tricks were useless. Finally, Tang San unleashed the clear sky hammer, but Shi Nian wanted him dead even more. Having crossed the line, he wouldn't let Tang San live to regret it. Is this it? Tang San felt drained. A soul sage was way out of his league. He leaned against a tree, supported by his 8 spider lances. He looked terrible, even without obvious injuries. Ah, genius. I love watching you hotshots bite the dust in my fantasy world. Shi Nian's 7 spirit rings pulsed as he stalked toward Tang San, his voice a cold rasp. Tang San was indeed a genius, his endless surprises impressing even Shi Nian. But so what? The level gap was too vast. How could a soul sect stand against a soul sage? Shi Nian reached for Tang San, who was at his wit's end, one move from death. Sigh. A disheveled figure in the shadows, seeing Tang San about to lose, sighed and prepared to strike with a hammer. But then, he spotted more people heading their way. Huh, the man hesitated, slowing his movements. Whoosh, starred at a sharp sound cut through the air. Shi Nian paled and leaped back. A massive black blade slammed into the spot where he'd been standing, radiating immense soul power. Shi Nian knew that if he'd been hit, he'd be seriously wounded, if not killed. Who dares interfere? Shi Nian roared, frantically searching for the attacker. Ning Xiao's black blade. Tang San recognized it instantly. He hadn't expected Ning Xiao to save him at such a crucial moment. A soul sage bullying a soul sect. How pathetic. A voice echoed from the forest, followed by a figure emerging from the trees. 4 strange spirit rings circled him, and he held a swirling ball of energy. Having recalled the chaos sword he'd thrown, Shi Nian recognized Ning Xiao. He stopped trying to kill Tang San, his eyes fixed on Ning Xiao. So, it's you. Instead of staying in the city, you're courting death. I won't let you live. I know you're from the 7 Treasures Glazed Tile School, but I'm strong enough to kill you without them knowing. Shi Nian sneered and, wasting no time, activated his spirit rings, launching another illusion. While they were outside Tiando City, he was afraid that using his most powerful attacks would draw the attention of the 7 Treasure Glazed Tile School's experts. Illusions, on the other hand, could kill silently. Ning Xiao, watch out. He's a soul sage, Tang San warned. Tang San leaned against a tree, retreating behind Ning Xiao. He was in no condition to use his purple demon eye to dispel illusions. Ning Xiao smirked, a purple light flashing in his eyes as he shattered the illusion. You. How is this possible? Shi Nian stammered, pointing at Ning Xiao. He was stunned that Tang San had broken his illusion before, but now a second person could do it too. Tang San, behind Ning Xiao, didn't see the purple light. He was equally bewildered when the illusion dissolved. Tang San, get out of here. I'll handle him, Ning Xiao said, ignoring their shock. Tang San was taken aback. He couldn't understand Ning Xiao. Was he really here to save him? You can handle him. Don't you need my help? Tang San asked, surprised. Just go. You're too hurt to be of any use. Ning Xiao replied, not looking back. Tang San hesitated. Leaving felt wrong, but he decided to trust Ning Xiao. Be careful, then. Tang San steadied himself and limped away. Stop him. Shi Nian shouted, desperate to stop Tang San. Otherwise, Tang San would come back with backup, and he would be in trouble. Think I'm just going to stand here, Ning Xiao said coldly, his 3rd spirit ring glowing as he unleashed his 3rd spirit skill. Insignificant tricks. Shi Nian had seen Ning Xiao's move before, the one that killed his student instantly. But this time, he wasn't worried. It was just the third spirit skill, he could crush it with his soul sage power. With a wave of his hand, Shi Nian channeled his energy to blast the incoming earth spikes. The host uses the Chaos God Knife to launch the third soul skill blast, killing Earthbreaker, which triggers a critical strike effect and currently causes double damage. Bang! Shi Nian's palm slammed into a thick earth spike, but instead of shattering, he was blasted back 10 meters, staggering to regain his balance. His arms numb, Shi Nian regarded Ning Xiao with newfound seriousness. The soul sect had actually hurt a soul sage. Blocked by Ning Xiao, he couldn't chase Tang San. He needed to eliminate the threat in front of him. Underestimated you. That's some attack power. I let my guard down. A soul sect daring to defy a soul sage. Time to die. Shi Nian roared and attacked with full force, no longer holding back. Ning Xiao didn't move, but a voice spoke from behind Shi Nian, making him jump. The soul sect couldn't handle it. Wonder if this old man can. Shi Nian's eyes widened. He hadn't noticed anyone else. A sense of mortal danger gripped his heart. With difficulty, Shi Nian turned. The sight almost made him lose control of his bladder. An old man in green robes stood behind him, radiating power with his 9 terrifying spirit rings. Title Douluo. Cold sweat broke out on Shi Nian. His hands trembled. Bo glared at Shi Nian. Kid, is this the guy you've been hunting? A little soul sage with a spirit bone. Want to snatch it? Bo had spotted the spirit bones during the earlier fight with Tang San. Definitely. He's got a head spirit bone, perfect for Rongrong, Ning Xiao replied. Bo nodded, unfazed. This was the Soul Master world, killing for treasure was common, and he'd done plenty himself. Shi Nian was even more horrified, realizing he'd walked into a trap. No wonder Ning Xiao had been traveling alone. He was baiting him. He wanted to cry, bringing a title Douluo to catch him. Was he really worth that much? Then finish him. Buy the old man a drink after, Bo said coldly, locking his aura on Shi Nian, preventing him from using his soul power. Shi Nian felt the breath of death. The green-robed old man was a ruthless killer. You can't walk by the river without getting your shoes wet. Shi Nian tried to resist, but against a title Douluo, he was helpless. Bo merely released a fraction of his power, pinning Shi Nian to the ground. Shi Nian knew that if Bo squeezed, he would die. Chapter 88. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 88. Hold up, just as Bo was about to finish Shi Nian, Ning Xiao spoke up. Bo turned to Ning Xiao, surprised. Letting this guy off with a quick death. Too easy. I want him to suffer worse than death. Ning Xiao's face darkened. He stepped forward and slashed Shi Nian's back twice with the Luanshan blade, leaving 2 long, bloody gashes that soaked his shirt red. Ugh! Shi Nian's face contorted in pain. One cut felt like fire, the other like pure agony. But Bo's energy had him pinned, so he couldn't fight back. Bo gave Ning Xiao a knowing look. You're a stone-cold monster, he said quietly. This guy's luck just ran out meeting you. Bo tapped Shi Nian with a strange burst of soul power. I've sealed his soul power, leaving the toxins active. Any funny business, and I'll snuff him out. He's all yours. With that, Bo dismissed his martial spirit and strode out of the forest. Worse than death was Ning Xiao's specialty. Sword Douluo and Bone Douluo might object, but Bo, a nonconformist, viewed such actions as normal and didn't mind Ning Xiao dabbling in poison. Once Bo left, Ning Xiao went through Shi Nian's stuff, but found nothing of value. After knocking Shi Nian unconscious again, Ning Xiao hauled him away. Instead of heading to Tiando City, Ning Xiao went back to Qibao City. Tiando City was the capital, crawling with patrols. Qibao City, home base for the Qibao Glaze Tile sect, was much safer. Ning Xiao knew secret spots where he could stash Shern Yen without being detected. Shern Yen had a soul bone. Ning Xiao had to play this smart. He hoped for a critical hit to score a second, identical head spirit bone. If Shern Yen couldn't handle the torture and offed himself, too bad. Ning Rongrong's soul bone was the ultimate goal. After tying Shern Yen up in a hidden underground chamber, Ning Xiao hacked away relentlessly, hoping for a drop. But this guy's drop rate was pathetic. Ning Xiao beat him nearly to death and got nothing. After taking Shern Yen's soul tool storage, Ning Xiao found some medicine, patched him up just enough to keep him alive, and left. He had time to play the long game. This soul bone was worth months of planning. Tang San limped back to Shrek Academy, injuries covering his body. His classmates and teachers, hearing what happened, shared the hatred towards Zhanhui Academy and started plotting revenge. Ning Xiao saved you. What's up with that? The most surprising part was that Ning Xiao had saved Tang San at the last second. I have no clue what he's thinking. Little San, you're sitting out tomorrow's match to recover. Let your teammates handle it. Trust Mubai and the others. Yu Xiaogang couldn't figure out Ning Xiao's motive, finally concluding that Ning Xiao just acted on impulse. The next day, the fifth round began. The Zhanhui College folks were a wreck. They couldn't find their teacher, and they were getting desperate. They couldn't go public with it. It was bad enough their teacher went after Tang San. If the organizers found out, they'd be disqualified. Shrek Academy, will make you pay for this. The Zhanhui Academy crew focused their hate on Shrek Academy. That day, Liuli Academy was up against some small, no-name academy. Ning Xiao hung back, protecting and supporting Ning Hao, Dugu Yan, Fang Suo, and the rest wiped the floor with them, 5 against 7. The match was over quickly, 5 wins, 5 matches. Liuli Academy had a perfect record. Only the established 5 Elements Academy, except Elephant Academy, and the Dark Horse Shrek Academy had similar records. Pundits started ranking the competing academies. Liuli Academy, with its 7 soul sects, was a clear first-tier contender. The second tier belonged to the unbeaten 4 Elements Academy and Shrek Academy, both with several soul sections. Shrek Academy, with Tang San and Dai Mubai, was a strong pick. The Elephant Armor Academy, having lost to both Liuli and Shrek, was losing favor. Off the books, people started placing bets. Betting on the regular matches was easy, but for Liuli Academy, people bet on how long their opponents would last and whether or not Ning Xiao would participate. A few days later, it was round 11, maybe it was rigged, but Liuli Academy avoided the other heavy hitters and kept their streak alive. The conference was setting up for a real showdown. Shrek Academy vs. Blazing Academy. Both teams had an undefeated record of 10 straight wins. Today, one streak would end. Blazing Academy took the match seriously. Whether they were holding back remained to be seen, but their captain, Huo Wushuang, and vice-captain, Huo Wu, were both soul sects. The other 5 were level 38 or 39. The lineup was intimidating. Shrek Academy sent Dai Mubai and Tang San, 2 soul masters, Xiao Wu, Tai Long, Huang Yuan, all over level 35, plus the level 35 healer, Jiang Zhu. Last up was Ma Hongjun, the evil fire phoenix. Shrek Academy, you're impressive. If your control-type soul masters were anything else, you'd be a pain. But blue silver grass. Afraid of fire. Huo Wushuang said with confidence during the greetings. Maybe. But one of our streaks is ending today, and I believe Shrek will be the one walking away with it. Dai Mubai stood tall, face to face with Huo Wushuang. Brothers, activate martial soul. Dai Mubai roared, and the team started moving. Soul rings popped, yellow and purple, putting on a light show. That fat guy's fire attribute too. He'll be tough. In the Blazing Academy's team, a tall, beautiful girl with fiery red hair spotted Ma Hongjun by Tang San and immediately knew to be cautious. Attack. Preparation time over. Dai Mubai charged, aiming straight for Blazing Academy's captain. Huo Wushuang, Fire Dragon soul skills launched against the White Tiger, making a spectacular scene. Xiao Wu, Tai Long, Huang Yuan, and the others found their targets, and the battle was underway. Third soul skill, Soaring Phoenix Wings. Ma Hongjun activated his third skill, granting him wings and empowering his phoenix fire. Ma Hongjun rained fire from above. His flames were high quality, and they were already putting the pressure on the Blazing Academy Soul Masters. Tang San and Xiao Wu stayed put, watching each other, waiting for the right moment to strike. Chapter 89 I Want Both. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The face-off between Blazing Academy and Shrek Academy was the hottest ticket in town. Forget the other four rings, everyone was crammed around center stage. Blazing and Shrek fans were out in force, screaming their lungs out. The atmosphere in the Seoul arena was electric. Ning Xiao watched it all, too. He was giving Shrek Academy more than a passing glance. Tang San was a master of battlefield control. Sure, blue-silver grass was weak against fire, but this wasn't your garden variety grass. Even with the flames cranked up, they couldn't burn through it instantly. Ning Xiao finally figured out Tang San's fourth soul skill in this fight. Another spider web, this one bursting up from the ground to trap his opponent's feet, locking them down. It was a first-rate control move, single-target style. But because it came from a 6,000-year-old man-faced demon spider soul ring, this blue-silver spider web was tougher than his third soul skill, spider web binding. Even fire-type soul masters would have a hard time breaking free. Ma Hongjun's phoenix fire was a game-changer. Even though he was just a soul elder, his fire powers had a huge advantage against Blazing Academy. In the end, with Ma Hongjun's help, Tang San tanked Xiao Wu's fourth soul skill, Fire Dance Xiaoyang, taking a hit from the backlash to narrowly pull out a win. Shrek Academy was on fire after taking down another elemental academy. Blazing Academy's winning streak was over. Du Guyan, in the crowd, was also checking out Shrek Academy. I didn't expect Shrek Academy to go all out against Blazing Academy. That Tang San's got an external spirit bone like my demon spider bone, right? That bone must boost his stats big time, enough to bridge that 10-level gap. Plus, the toxin on that bone is nasty. If they used the external spirit bone, they could win the battle more easily. I guess we won't see Shrek Academy's full strength until the finals. Du Guyan said, her tone even. She praised Tang San, but stayed cool. She already had her ideal Prince Charming, so what did she care? Tang San's more than he seems, Yen Yen. Don't get cocky. Look, I'll handle Xiao Wu. You sort out the rest. Don't let us screw this up. Ning Xiao lounged on the sofa, sipped his juice, and said casually. Du Guyan sat down a few feet away from Ning Xiao, surprised. Oh. You think Tang San's got more tricks up his sleeve? Ning Xiao said nothing, just gave her a look to let her figure it out. Du Guyan didn't press him. How could you ever know all your opponent's cards in a soul master fight? It was way more satisfying to slowly smoke out their best moves and take them down. Du Guyan had total faith in the Liuli team. Who could compete with their all-soul elder lineup in the qualifiers, besides Ning Xiao, of course. Brother Ning Xiao, what's up with you and Xiao Wu? You're always watching her. Ning Rongrong sat down next to Ning Xiao, curious. She wasn't jealous, though. Ning Rongrong could feel it in her gut. Ning Xiao and Xiao Wu weren't into each other like that. Ning Xiao's eyes didn't have that sparkle when he looked at Xiao Wu the way they did when he looked at her and Du Guyan. Rongrong, don't ask now, okay? I'll tell you later. Just think of it as a joke. Ning Xiao rubbed his temples. Ning Rongrong tilted her head, staring at Ning Xiao, looking cute. Hee hee. Du Guyan covered her mouth, giggling. Ning Rongrong looked adorable. Du Guyan went over to Ning Rongrong and whispered in her ear, Rongrong, don't you trust your brother Ning Xiao? He only has eyes for you. No other girl stands a chance. I'm a little jealous. Ning Rongrong's cheeks turned red. She had strong feelings for him, but she was still shy when it came up. Sister Yen, are you teasing me? Ning Rongrong playfully punched Du Guyan, even more bashful. Ning Xiao watched the two girls, smiling. They'd known each other for 14 years, grew up together. Ning Xiao treated Ning Rongrong like a little sister. They were inseparable for so long. Ning Xiao saw Ning Rongrong as part of himself. Her energy and spirit kept Ning Xiao's heart young. As she got older, Ning Rongrong had become beautiful, which attracted Ning Xiao even more. He couldn't imagine Ning Rongrong laughing with another guy, brother. Sister. They weren't blood relatives. Ning Xiao realized his feelings had been changing for a while. One sentence popped into his head, I don't know when it started, but I'm in deep. As for Du Guyan, Ning Xiao had an ulterior motive when he first met her, but their Sunset Forest adventure had stuck with him, and Du Guyan had fallen hard. If Ning Rongrong was subtle about her feelings, Du Guyan was bold and open. Du Guyan was the kind of girl you could tell a dirty joke to, hoping to see her blush, but she'd just ask for another one, passionate and unrestrained. She didn't hide her emotions. He could pretend not to notice Du Guyan's feelings before, but last time, seeing her body by accident, those big boobs, had made an impact. There was no ignoring her feelings now, love. But Ning Xiao had to let things play out. They were still young, it was way too early to commit, and Ning Xiao wasn't into monogamy anyway. At worst, he wanted both. Third round of the number 11 qualifiers, Liuli team vs Robu's academy, that the announcement rang out, but Ning Xiao had lost interest in the match. He talked to Duguyan and the others, left the arena, and headed to Qibao City. Ning Rongrong watched him go, but didn't stop him. To be a good wife, you have to give a man space, or it backfires. Rongrong, let's go watch the match. Jianshui Academy vs Weevil Academy should be good. Du Guyan pulled Ning Rongrong away, smiling. Okay. Ning Rongrong perked up, looped her arm through Du Guyan's, and left the lounge. Du Guyan had joined the Seven Treasure Glazed Tile School 7 years ago. They were good friends. End of this chapter. Chapter 90 Illusion Gem Soul Bone. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 90, Illusion Gem Soul Bone, Qibao City. Just a quick half-hour trip from Tiando City, Ning Xiao arrived at an old house where he found 3 middle-aged men, all around 50 or 60 years old. Master Ning Xiao. They all bowed respectfully as soon as they saw him. Ning Xiao simply nodded, acting like it was no big deal. These guys had been with the Seven Treasure Glazed Tiles sect for decades. They weren't exactly powerhouses, just soul kings or soul sect masters, but they were absolutely loyal, the kind who die for the sect without hesitation. One was a bald, offensive type soul king, another controlled souls, and the last was a skinny middle-aged dude who was a willow branch healing type soul sect master. Has he been giving you guys trouble? Ning Xiao asked. Yeah, he was trying to make a run for it at first. But his soul power's sealed, and he's chained up real tight, so he couldn't get away. The bald soul king explained. Take me to him. Ning Xiao ordered. Right away, the bald guy replied, leading the way. He and the Willow Branch Soul Sect Master took Ning Xiao to a room, triggered a hidden mechanism, and led him through a secret passage to an underground chamber. Down there, the lights were dim, and all the torture devices looked super menacing. A dude was strapped to a metal cross in the middle of the room. It was that guy Ning Xiao had captured alive, Shern Yen. His arms were stretched out and tied to the ends of the cross, and his feet were chained to the base. His clothes were ripped to shreds, and you could still see dried blood all over. This powerful soul sage, once riding high, was now just a miserable prisoner. Shern Yen was slumped against the cross, but he perked up when he saw Ning Xiao walk in. He started shaking, trying to break free of the chains, but with his soul power sealed, there was no way he was getting loose. Master Ning Xiao, have a seat. The bald soul king pulled up a chair and put it behind Ning Xiao, who sat down about 30 feet away from Shern Yen. Ning Xiao ignored the rage, smiling like he wouldn't hurt a fly. So, I've got some good news for you. Sanhui Academy won again today. 7 wins and 4 losses in 11 matches. Pretty good, huh? Ning Xiao sounded totally casual, like he was just sharing a fun fact, and sure, it was good news, but Shern Yen didn't seem to care. Even if 7 of those players were his direct students, he was in no mood to celebrate any academy victories. Shun Yan kept struggling, yelling insults at Ning Xiao with every move. Looks like you're not going to cooperate, huh? Guess I gotta calm you down myself. Ning Xiao got up and started walking towards Shun Yan, Chaos Sword appearing in his hand. He raised the sword and slashed down on Shun Yan's chest. The host uses the Chaos God Knife to launch a normal attack, triggering a critical strike effect, which currently causes a stun effect for 10 seconds. The blade left a long gash on Shun Yan's chest, blood pouring out everywhere. The pain made his face contort, but the stun effect kept him from screaming. Ning Xiao kept hacking away at Shun Yan, one cut after another, each one drawing blood. It was a brutal scene, to say the least, but the two guys with Ning Xiao didn't even flinch. Guys Ning Xiao trusted were never softies. This was just a regular punishment, and they'd seen way worse. After over 100 cuts, Ning Xiao got over 100 system notifications, but none of them were what he wanted. He made sure to draw blood with every strike, but never hit anything vital. Shun Yan was hurt bad, but not dead. He was just passing out from the pain, barely clinging to life. Master Lu, heal him up. Ning Xiao sheathed the Chaos Sword and turned to the Willow Branch Soul Sect Master. Yes. Willow Branch Soul Sect Master stepped forward, a green willow branch appearing in his hand, with 4 soul rings, white, yellow, and purple, spinning around him. He started chanting, the 4 soul rings flashing in turn as he used 4 different soul skills. Sweet rain fell from his willow branch, healing Shun Yan's wounds. Willow Branch Marshal's soul wasn't quite as powerful as Yi Lingling's 9-heart begonia, but it could still heal pretty well. And besides, with all this violence going on, Ning Xiao wasn't about to drag Yi Lingling into this, was he? The Willow Branch Soul Master kept at it for about a half an hour before Shun Yan finally started to wake up. He could still feel the pain all over his body, but he was too weak to do much beyond lie there. Ning Xiao checked Shun Yan's status. He knew there was no way he could get anything done with this dude today. Even though the critical hit effect was random, Ning Xiao had started to figure it out. The harder he went at it, the more likely he was to get a good drop. And with no defenses in place, this bloody mess was just what he needed. Ning Xiao pulled out 3 jade bottles from his storage bracelet and handed them to the bald Soul King. The bald guy grabbed them eagerly. He knew it was Ning Xiao's special spiritual liquid made with rare herbs. Even someone like him, a Soul King, could benefit big time from soaking in a bath of this stuff. 3 bottles would last them all a good while. This medicine was top-shelf stuff, reserved for the inner circle of the sect. He was seriously grateful to get these bottles right now. Just keep an eye on him, don't let him die on me. Ning Xiao turned to leave, and the 3 respectfully saw him out of the old house. The next day, after the match, Ning Xiao went back to the secret room. Like usual, he told Shun Yan the good news about Wuhun Academy, but Shun Yan just cursed him out. That got on Ning Xiao's nerves, so he chopped him up another 100 times. These days, whenever Ning Xiao finished a match, he'd swing by the secret room for a little chat. At first, Shun Yan would just yell. Then, he started begging. But Ning Xiao wasn't exactly known for his kind heart. Back then, this dude didn't give a damn about anyone else's life. But when it came to his own, that was a different story. No matter how much Ning Xiao beat him, he just didn't have the guts to off himself, and besides, with his hands and feet tied, his soul power sealed, and a healing-type soul sect master watching his every move, suicide wasn't exactly easy. A few days later, Ning Xiao came back to the secret room. Wuhun Academy's doing great, 18 wins and 11 losses in 7 matches. And get this, today, they actually used the legendary 7-in-1 fusion technique. I was blown away. This is your masterpiece, right? Seriously impressive. Ning Xiao made sure to keep Shun Yan up to date on Wuhun Academy every single day. The 7 Azura illusion. A hint of relief flickered across Shun Yan's face. If they could pull off the 7 Azura illusion, they must have been his students from back in the day. Hearing how well his own pupils were doing, Shun Yan felt pretty good about himself. But then, he noticed a loophole in Ning Xiao's story, and his face turned serious. Wait a minute, didn't you say yesterday that Sanhui Academy had 17 wins and 11 losses in 6 matches? How did they lose today? Who could possibly beat them? That 7-in-1 fusion technique was no joke. Even when they lost to Ning Xiao back then, it wasn't because that skill was weak, but because Ning Xiao never let them use it. So how could they have lost today, after pulling it off successfully? What was going on? I hate to break it to you, but Sanhui Academy did lose today. They went up against Shrek Academy, and that Tang San guy you were after last time played too. Your 7 students ended up with messed up souls and turned into idiots. The committee looked into Shrek Academy, but they decided your students just had a soul power backlash. Ning Xiao laid it all out, no sugarcoating. When Shernyan heard that, he just fell apart. Tang San. It was always Tang San. Of course the 7 Azura illusion fell apart with Tang San around, but why did the committee blame his own students' soul power? Tang San was clearly the one who did it, so why were they covering for Shrek Academy? Shernyan felt the injustice, but there was nothing he could do about it down here. Ning Xiao grinned and pulled out the Chaos Sword. Since Shernyan was already feeling bad, Ning Xiao figured he'd help him change the subject. After 10 or so cuts, a pleasant notification finally popped up. The host uses the Chaos God Knife to launch a normal attack, triggering a critical strike effect, which currently causes an additional drop, and obtains the head soul bone of the illusion gem. Ning Xiao's eyes lit up. He stopped hacking Shernyan, waved his hand, and the bald Soul King and Willow Branch Soul Sect Master hurried over. You two, get out of here. No one comes in unless I say so. Ning Xiao gave the order, and the two scrambled out of the secret room. A few minutes later, Ning Xiao came out too. Get rid of the body. And make sure nobody finds it.